This tale is all about the importance of spell check. Spell check everything. Spell check names, spell check writing, everything. Always spell check, just so this doesn't happen. In the late 90s when I worked in Salt Lake City, last names across the shoulders were becoming really popular. You know, all the college football guys, you know, they had their names across the top of their shirts, so they wanted to cross their backs. So of course all their teammates knew who it was in the shower, maybe. This one gentleman came in and he wanted his last name across his back. I'm like, cool, no problem. He'd been booked in for a consult with me. And I'm like, right, what's your last name? And it's Van Emmerich. I'm like, oh God, that's a mouthful. Here, write it down. Now, I always got people to write down their names on a Post-it note and I'd slap that to the consult sheet. So he did that, he wrote it down. I went, yeah, cool, we can work this out. And I did it like in a block style lettering. He came in for the appointment a few days later. Showed him the design, he's like, yeah, that's awesome, that's exactly what I want, perfect, let's do that. Cool. It was pretty tight trying to fit in all those letters, but I managed to do it. But took him downstairs, put the stencil on, showed him a couple of times, you know, went out a smoke break, come back down, he's like, yeah, let's do this. You know, his buddies were there, they were like, fucking, yeah, come on, get tattooed, mate. It was his first tattoo as well. Through the tattoo, all done and dusted, fucking nice big black lettering, Van Emmerich across his back, and he's happy as, proud as punch, off he goes. So a couple of weeks later, I'm at the studio, I see this young fella and he's been dragged in there by his mother, by the looks of it, and she walks up to the counter and she's like, you did my son's tattoo? I'm like, yes, I did. She's like, you spelt it wrong. Excuse me? I did what now? And she's like, you spelt my son's name wrong. Van Emmerich has 2 M's in it. I'm like, oh, it does? I'd done it with 1 M. Wait, oh dear. Oh, how could that happen? Let me just find his consult form. I went through my forms, and sure enough, there was a Post-it note. I went, oh my gosh. Showed it to his mother and said, look. And she looked and went, huh? Your son wrote that. She turned, looked at him, and slapped him. He had written his name wrong, not this guy. I was like, oh my gosh, how can you write your own last name wrong? And I figured, because it's such a long name, he's just leaving 1 M out just to save ink, maybe. I don't know. But, oh man, what a mess this was. And of course, Mr. Van Emmerich's in a little bit of trouble. Now, we decided that it was best just to cover it up. There's no way we're going to fit another M into the space. You know, it was already bunched up as it was, and it was big and black. So we ended up doing a large Black Panther from shoulder to shoulder, you know, using the majority of the body to cover up the lettering. And it worked. It didn't look great, but at least you couldn't tell that there was a misspelt name underneath. Go Panthers! And always spell check, even if it's your own name. Alright, so there you go, legend. There's your tattoo, and there's some tales for you to take with you. Hope you enjoyed them. And hey, if you did and you want to hear more, all you can do is like, subscribe, and hit the little bell to get notified, and you'll be hearing new tales from me every week, right here on Tales from the Tattoo Crypt. Thanks a lot, legends. Peace out, and don't forget to tip your tattooist.